President-elect Biden has chosen Pennsylvania Health Secretary Dr. Rachel Levine to be Assistant Secretary of Health. Mr. Biden said Dr. Levine will bring steady leadership and the essential expertise that is needed. She would be the first openly transgender federal official if confirmed by the U.S. Senate.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you are tuning in. My name is Jonathan Torres-Herrera, and you are watching or listening to the JTH Show. Today, let's talk about Biden selects transgender assistant for the new Secretary of Health, and 2021 cancels the pillow guy. Yeah, but first, roll the intro. All right, thanks for joining us again here on your show. It really is your show. For those of you guys that are new here, this is our weekly, daily, sometimes twice a day show. We don't know the routine, but it is made for you. What do we do here? We comment on news and current events. So again, for those of you guys that are new on the show, which I appreciate your support. And by the way, one more thing that I would appreciate is if you like the video by just slamming, hitting, crushing your phone's like button. I would really appreciate that, of course. And if you can also hear the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Radio Public. In addition, you can check any of our links down below on YouTube for our link tree. So let's get on with it. Of course, as always, Josh, the now famous.
Oh, apparently. Well, thanks very much. It's nice little show for today, and we know that not everyone's 2021 has started the way that you'd like it to, so now's a good moment to take 20 minutes, listen to us just talk about stuff, you know?
But what's going on, right? And it's just January. It's just January, guys. All right. And with that, Josh put together some good stories for us, and that is the first one we're going to open up with out of a CBS headline. Biden picks Dr. Rachel Levine, transgender woman, as Assistant Health Secretary in historic first. Joe. I saw Joe here. Not that I know that Josh is Joe. Everybody's already going to start some beef between me and Josh. Like, oh, he's already changing his name. No, I'm not. Josh, please tell us what Joe said.
So basically, President-elect Joe Biden, he announced on Tuesday that he had nominated Dr. Rachel Levine to serve as assistant to the health secretary of the U.S. Health Department and Human Services. So what he said basically is Dr. Rachel Levine will bring the steady leadership and essential expertise we need to get the people through this pandemic, no matter their zip code, race, religion, sexual orientation, gender identity, or disability, and meet the public health needs of our country in this critical moment and beyond. Dr. Rachel Levine is also an author on the opioid crisis, medical marijuana, adolescent medicine, eating disorders, and LGBTQ plus medicine. Well, look at that.
Yeah. So listen, I'm happy, right, that Biden is apparently starting off, because this is not the only pick that I've heard in which he is showing that he's starting off with a very diverse group of people, you know, among his staff, among his picks for different positions. I definitely something that is to applaud, right? Here's what I would say. One, about time. And two, it's 20, like you said a couple shows ago, it's 2021. Like this the fact that it's news in some ways actually still very sad, right? Because it was all over, right? We use different outlets to get our news, and it was pretty much at the top of everyone's breaking news. And that is that a transgender woman is, you know, a pick for a position, you know, and you know, like the one she's going to be taking over, helping with rather, as an assistant. You know, it almost feels like if tomorrow he comes out and it's like, oh, he picks I don't know, an Asian individual or someone from the Himalayas or something. It's like, just because it's not white, all of a sudden it's breaking news. And that's not necessarily the best way to unify people. Again, not that it shouldn't be applauded. Fantastic. He has a diverse community. I'm very, very happy, but you have to tread carefully, because whenever you applaud someone, right, you offend someone else. That's all I'm going to say, right?
Right.
How long is it going to be until the Caucasian community, right? Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but how long will it be until he picks like Jon Snow, right, for a position, just a white man with curly hair, kind of handsome, and he's like, well, send a raven. It's like, that's not cool anymore, John. You're not really, it's not news. Well, the world must know about me. No, nobody cares because you're a white dude. That's all I'm going to say. That is a reaction that I saw as we're looking into these stories from people on leaving comments. Like, it's just, again, it's fantastic. I'm really happy. But I also see the other side of the coin, right? That there's apparent kind of like openness of having someone that is not your ordinary Joe, no pun intended. It's not like, again, getting applauded. So, yeah, again, very, very happy. Again, it was all over the place. It's good that, she's getting elected on her merit. So she's a doctor. That's good, right? And unlike her, from what I understand, right? Unlike Joe Biden, which is his wife, she's actually a doctor. So again, congratulations to Rachel. It shouldn't be the highlight of her life that it's like, oh, I'm all over the news because people can't forget I'm transgender. It should just be like Rachel got elected. Congratulations to her. Eliminate the fact that she's transgender. Like she's a woman, by all accounts, and she is where she's at. Hopefully on her merit of her education, not because Joe's like, do we have any transgenders in the list of candidates? I hope not, right? Because that would be shitty. So anyways, good story, Josh. At least that's my thoughts. What are yours?
Well, it's like, I totally agree. Unfortunately, it is 2021 and we still have to be, we're still like, oh my God, there's a transgender woman.
Yeah.
In the White House now. Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. It kind of sucks that we have to celebrate it. But the question that I have is, I think I wrote that down on the notes as well, is at micro levels and even heads of the country, does celebrating the difference between people because of their race, because of their sexual orientation, all the things that you listed below, even in the LGBTQ plus community, is celebrating that thing actually hurting its chances of being normalized?
Thank you. Perfect point. Yeah, you put it out better than I did. Leave us a comment down below if you guys think we're wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a very good way of putting it there. Is it really hurting their chances of being normalized?
I mean, it's something that should be normalized, that she's a human being, for God's sake, before anything else. I mean, like, who she is or what she had to go through or anything like that doesn't come into it. She's qualified to do the job. So if you got a problem with that, then it's like, I don't know. It's just wrong.
Precisely. I mean, what happens here is with the mainstream media, they try to dissect almost every single aspect of what, in a way, if you think about it, what Donald Trump used as or weaponized, right? What he used to mobilize his base. It's almost like the media. Maybe they're still, in like the Trump phase or something weird. But it's almost like we critiqued him, right? Every single time he tried to use black or, or minority or anything like that, it was always like, how is he using it? How is he using it to mobilize his base? It was always expected for him to use, again, anything that wasn't white, in a probably in a negative way, usually, right? Is what people usually thought of. When you heard Trump had an opinion about Mexicans, like, well, what did he say? Trump had an opinion about the LGBT. Well, what did he say about, about that group? Now it's like the media, it's like, hey, he's gone. But here you are still just writing your little life away about the transgender community. And she's the first person. It's like, dude, you're no better if you keep going down that road. You're not helping them. You're hurting them. Exactly. Because then you have the obvious bigots and racists and homophobics and everything else out there that still lives out there. Just because Trump lost doesn't mean they're gone, by the way. That still live out there that will say, oh, well, that's the only reason, Rachel got the job. It's shitty because this is not going to be Rachel's only job, right? We will have other presidents. They will bring other people that will replace her. And if she wants to go on to do something better with her life, that's not what she's going to put on her application, I don't think. Like qualifiers, I'm transgender. Well, CNN said it. MSNBC said it. So it must be a qualifying thing for me to get a job, So, yeah, no, a very good way of putting it out there. So hopefully the media is listening. Maybe they are. Ease up, talk about, just the fact that she got a job and she's best qualified. So, yeah, good one. So let's move on with that to the next story of today. And that is coming out of The Hill. Headline, MyPillow CEO says activists pressuring stores to drop products are trying to cancel me. When I read that, pillow guy, you'll hear about him right now. MyPillow guy, I should say, right? It's MyPillow guy. When I read that, I'm like, for those of you guys that have been watching the show for a while, you know how I feel about the cancel culture. In large part, 90-something% of it in my mind is all BS, right? It's always, because unfortunately it's been used in a very negative way. The whole idea of, outing someone has come from, hey, let's out someone that's like a KKK member or a, Nazi aficionado to, oh, you didn't say something I like the way I like to hear it, so we're going to cancel you. We're going to out you. In my mind, it has gone from that, right, for being used in a almost positive way to, outing people that should be outed for, pedos and God knows what other monsters, lurk out there in the world, to just counseling someone because they said something using terms that, are offensive or maybe not, approved by blue check marks, right? And when I saw this, I'm like, God, I hope it's not that. I hope it's not a CEO that, said something like the CEO from Goya, who said something, that, it's his political point and got his ass canceled. And then I read the article. So take it away, Josh. What did he say?
So basically, MyPillow CEO, his name is Mike Lindell, said Saturday that activists are trying to cancel him after he appeared at the White House for a meeting with the president, Donald Trump, and was seen with notes urging the president to declare martial law. So in the interview with the right-wing media channel Right Side Broadcasting, Lindell said that he was under attack following the visit. He also said, they've attacked my company. They've attacked companies that I've worked with. They're trying to cancel me out. And also he went on to say, I just got off the phone with Bed Bath & Beyond. They've dropped MyPillow, as in his company, MyPillow. So where do we go with this one?
I don't often say this. Okay? I never thought I would find myself saying this after what I just said a few seconds ago. If this is true, if he was literally at the White House preparing himself to ask the president, right, to declare martial law, you deserve to get canceled. So there's nothing more that it makes me cringe in everything that I think I am more than people that, and I've said it before as well, right, that like to scream out on social media, the redcoats are coming, lock your doors, they're coming for your kids, they're coming for your wife. It's ridiculous. It's just it's embarrassing, especially after nothing happens. And it usually, 99% of the time, nothing happens. It just, like when the corona had just started and I had that video where there was all these trains, moving military cargo. And they had like millions of views. There's a reason they're moving the military. There's a reason. I'm sorry, 2021 here. Never saw those military trains as countless people said on the comments, oh, they're going to be all over the streets. There's going to be tanks in your neighborhood. And it's embarrassing. And I know this, right? That people that like to live in fear, live in all kinds of social statuses, right? Everyone from the rich to the bum in the street. But it's ridiculous that if you are at the most important chair in a company, right? Most important position as CEO of a company, people are dependent on you. That you would do something as stupid as this, right? I mean, what is your basis for it? What is it that you're basing martial law on? And that's one of the most dangerous things for anybody to proclaim, let alone someone that is going to meet the president. And we all know that with Donald Trump, all it takes sometimes, based on his own, history of actions, right? Publicly, before he got banned from everywhere, is that if someone provokes him, if someone pushes the right buttons with Donald Trump, he would be stupid enough to retweet it or say, yeah, this is a good idea. Yeah, let's declare it. So with that said, how dangerous is it for someone to say, I'm going to meet the president, knowing who he is, how he reacts, and I'm going to go out there with my notes. Again, if this is all 100% true, right? So far, it looks like it is. CEO with notes in hand saying, talking point, martial law. It's like, do you understand still where the country is? This guy is technically not out of office. As of recording this video, he has hours, less than 24 hours at this point, right? And here you are doing what? What is your motive? It's what I always tell about these influencers. What is your motive for wanting to do a video, saying, panic people, panic, it's coming. I have a buddy. If he's watching this video, you know who you are, won't out you. I appreciate him dearly. I really do. Work with the guy and everything. But he loves to put things on social media. Like, take all your money out of the bank. You better have generators. It's like, dude, chill, man. Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the last almost, good at least 8 years, almost 10 years, I've had generators and guns. You know how many times I've used them? Well, the guns, other than the gun range, never. And thank God I will, and hopefully, God being good, I'll never use them for anything other than the gun range. I have them, yes. Generators, I think twice, mainly in Tijuana when I had a call center, and once in the U.S., because they were working on the street lights. Not because there were soldiers in the streets. Not because there was tanks. It's just there was a blackout, and I wanted to continue working. All right? But people like that don't tend to make things better. And, people like that exist all over the internet. But when a CEO of a company that has hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, depending on him or her, is going off the hinges with shit like this?
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. I want to counterpoint your argument here. So, Mike, I think he's being cancelled for maybe more superficial reason, and that's just because because right now, probably one of the most unpopular people in popular culture in a lot of ways, like across the world, is probably Donald Trump.
Right.
Because he's being cancelled on social media, no Twitter, nothing like that. He pretty much has no social media presence at all because, he's banned.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think a lot of people who are cancelling him is like, you affiliated with Trump? No. You spoke with that guy? No way. No
Really?
way. Not your company is over. I think people are in a lot of ways, and I'm calling these people out now. These people who are letting this cancel culture thrive. I'm calling them out now to really look at who the real enemies are. If you really want to make a change, it's like a lot of people who are like, yeah, we're going to cancel this, we're going to cancel that, and then they go watch Fox News. We're going to cancel this, we're going to cancel that, and then they still drink Coca-Cola. I mean, you have to really think about your fights rather than just, this guy spoke with Donald Trump? No, not for me. No, thank you.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at it. What he wants, I mean, now looking deeper into it, if he wants martial law, what a dumbass. What's wrong with you? I mean, I'm completely against that. But we have to look at the reason why these people are cancelling him. Is it just because he... I think people were like, well, I don't know why he was just seen speaking with Donald Trump, so yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that if you already have somebody that's clearly losing, you kind of, let it be, right? You don't come out necessarily in support of the person so publicly. Some people might disagree and might say, well, true fans or true followers or whatever, true supporters will, ride or die kind of thing. Okay, I mean, that's fine. But that's for you and me, all right? We're ordinary people. No matter how much money you have more in the bank than me, you're not a celebrity. You're not. Unless for some reason you are, then hey, maybe we should hook up. But anyways, when it comes to you being the CEO of a company, maybe it's time for you maybe to be like, hey, Donald, we'll catch drinks later, but not on camera. Because again, people are depending on your company. Now, you have a good point. Is this somebody being canceled over his affiliation with Donald? I would argue that that's stupid. Donald Trump, at the end of the day, whether you think of him little or not, you think of him however you think of him. The guy is still a effing human being, right? He has his flaws, a lot of them. But what, is he expected never to affiliate himself with literally no human being on the earth? That makes no sense. I can't even put it in words, in accurate words. Just, that's stupid. The guy has political views that obviously are not popular with most of the country. And that's it. He gets to go on with his life, right? We don't just erase someone out of the face of the earth because we don't agree with the guy. Okay, well, don't watch him. If he comes back on TV and does Apprentice, whatever it is, fucking at this point, Apprentice 20, God knows how many seasons there's been, don't watch it. But it doesn't mean that we're gonna erase Donald Trump out of the face of the earth. Side note, by the way, I saw a headline. I'm only mentioning it now because of what we're talking about, but I thought it was so stupid. And it was that Macaulay Culkin agrees that maybe Donald Trump should be scrapped from Home Alone. Well, you, Macaulay Culkin. Like, first of all, what have you done, dude? You try to do like some bullshit fucking reshoot of like Home Alone that grown up, and it was disgusting. You converted freaking Kevin into like a drug addict or something. It was ridiculous, or a drunk or some shit like that. I don't know if you saw it. But man, it's like, so you have a man like Donald Trump, right, who we can both agree is a moron, who has a lot of stupid things to say. But at the end of the day, are we going to all sit here and say, what's the best outcome for Trump right now? For him to throw himself off a ledge. Who the does that make you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, he's a guy that we don't agree with politically. He lost. Let him move on. But it doesn't mean we're going to freaking erase him from the face of the earth. If you, why not watching, you have those thoughts, you have to have a really, really deep look at yourself and what kind of human being you are. Because if you're going to go that far to say anybody that talks to Trump, canceled. Shit.
The irony is pretty huge on that one, right? It's like maybe a group like, I guess I'd probably identify, no, I'm not going to put my political stance on here, but I know a lot of people from the left are probably, they always want tolerance. People want tolerance, which is quite funny and ironic when they are being a group which is very intolerant to certain things. I don't know, it's tough because being intolerant to, or being tolerant to stupidity is quite tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, but it's like, he's still a human being. He has the right to live like anybody else. Like, what he says and how he says it is like, I believe, like, a lot of people in the US, they always say, what is it, the First or Second Amendment, their freedom of speech?
Mm-hmm.
So many people say that, but they're shutting them up so many times in different ways, or, like whether it's canceling them, whether it's like getting rid of them from social media, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, it's who they want to have that, and I said it before on countless episodes, and even on Twitter, I think I went on a rant once about Mitch McConnell, right? It's like who will get the help it has to be directly correlated to how it benefits them. So a lot of people, whether you're talking about the left or the right, tolerant or conservative, whatever label they give themselves, it's like, I want freedom of speech and I want others to have it, depending on what? That's not how that works. You know what I mean? Right. That's not how it works. And again, if this guy, right, going back to the topic, if MyPillow guy is being canceled because of his affiliation, right, friendship, whatever, with Trump, that's 100% stupid. Now, if he's being canceled on him saying, hey, we should have martial law, and trying to push a guy that is trigger happy, right, and bring up such sensitive topics, that I will say that depending on hearing more facts, if he was serious about it, if he had a question, because for all we know, he's not a very smart guy. He's like, what is martial law, and he was gonna ask Trump about that. Man, I don't know, man. And it could happen, then that's different. But if everything that we're seeing is true, he was going to push it. He was going to try to get Trump to, get in Trump's head. That's fucking dangerous. You need to check yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unfortunately, at that point, I can't stand here and say, "Oh, don't cancel the poor guy." Oh, sorry, dude. You put yourself in a very stupid position.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little side note from yesterday's video as well. I saw the headline just today. I think Melania Trump, it's Melania Trump, of course. She posted a video of a farewell video, basically.
I didn't see it. Did you see it?
I haven't watched it yet. I just saw the headline, but she is now the least popular first lady of the United States. So yeah, take that, Melania.
It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as First Lady of the United States. The past 4 years have been unforgettable. As Donald and I conclude our time in the White House, I think of all of the people I have taken home in my heart and their incredible stories of love, patriotism, and determination.
I saw the headline about Melania's farewell or something, right? Like saying,
Yeah.
I am gone, I am leaving tomorrow or something like that. I saw the first 2 seconds and then I got a call and I never went back to finish it. But, are we surprised? Again, it almost goes back to what we're talking about. At this point,
Right.
if Butler, that unfortunately he just needed a job and he was in charge of bringing Donald Trump his Diet Coke and his McDonald's or whatever he said, fast food he ate all the time. It's like, sorry, you're canceled. It's like, but I need a job. Sorry. I mean, I wish we can help you with more buttling, but yeah, you were bringing Donald Trump Cokes and McDonald's. Sorry, it's stupid. The woman. I don't know too much about her than she was or is a model. But I don't know. I guess I'm not fucking surprised. I mean, are you?
No. I mean, after everything that we said yesterday, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I guess she kind of, unfortunately walked right into that one, and,
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad for her. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but
Yeah.
No,
me neither.
You know what? I stopped feeling bad for Melania because I was with a group of people that were saying, I don't know if you remember this, way at the beginning, we're like, oh, Melania, on social media they were adding her. Blink if you're held prisoner or some shit, way at the beginning, right? People were still wanting to believe that that she was nice or kind or whatever, and then some time later, way later, she came to a center, I want to say somewhere in California, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a border city that they were holding, right? These kids, and she was in a green jacket, and behind the jacket it said, "I don't care, do you?" or something like that, right? And that's when in my head, right, even if it's just branding, because I know Fox News, I vividly remember they were trying to defend her, saying it's just like a jacket, it was bad choice, sure, but it was a jacket and it was part of the brand, I guess. Not that she legitimately wrote it on her freaking jacket, but in my mind, I was like, hey, listen, this is how unfortunately she lost me. In my mind, I was like, hey, listen, this lady, whether or not she loves Donald, whether or not she's actually there against her will, whatever you are, people predicted at the time, it was a shitty, stupid thing to do, to go somewhere where you're supposedly showing how empathetic and kind you are as the first lady towards these immigrant children that are being held in cages, but you're gonna wear a sweater that says something as stupid as that. Again, don't quote me on this, but it was something along the lines of I don't care, do you, or or something like that, right? And the way I look at it is like this: I wouldn't, if I'm attending a funeral, I'm not gonna wear something that I would attend, to a wedding, and be like, oh, it's just designer clothes, freaking all flamboyant, or the opposite, right? Going to a wedding all in black or something, even though my wife was looking at me like, well, I know someone that did. Listen, another day, okay? I'm just saying I wouldn't go to a wedding, or you get my point, right? Right?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like you got to read the room. That's all it comes down to. It's like you got to think sometimes. It's like what was going through that person's head. Maybe she wasn't thinking. Maybe it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's someone working in her wardrobe and they set her up. Some lefty liberalist.
Sure. Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, see, Josh is a lot more fair than I am. Shit. But that's at least I think back to that, right? And that's where she lost me. So now, whenever she has come out, like with the whole, I'm not going to greet Jill Biden. It's like, all right, I'm done with you. Like, you know, like I'm not saying you're as bad as Trump, but I'm done. Like, you know, help me help you. Like, you know, like,
yeah, exactly.
Help, you know, we're trying to save you. I think people are trying to save her, giving her the benefit of the doubt that because she's a woman, she's going to be smarter than her husband, you know, kinder and better. But she's not helping anyone here. Like,
no.
You know, just
yeah, you would have thought she would have been smarter, but then like you just look at her husband, you're like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, to this day, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I want to say I've said this before out loud. I don't know that she's with him because of his, you know, good looks and shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a realist.
You sure?
You know, sorry. You know, like, you know, cancel me all you want. I don't think she sat there and she's like, look at Trump. I don't think she did that shit. You know,
oh, God.
Just saying, man. Like, do you see it? Do you see her? You know, come on.
There's somebody out there for everyone, JT.
Hey, you know, I would be one to say that. That's my wife. Thank God. But, you know, okay, I'm just going to leave it there. Whatever. Fine. Yes.
All right.
She thinks Trump is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, with like Jon Snow's face or whoever. Beautiful face. With Brad Pitt. Sure. Fine. For those of you guys that just offended, you know, I was like, how dare you speak like that of God Trump? Sorry. Whatever, dude. He's like Brad Pitt, okay? Melania loves him. They're going to have more babies there. You can go sleep better. All right. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the show. Josh, are we done with the stories?
Yeah, that's everything for today.
Are we done with this crazy episode?
Yeah, well, if you're watching this, well, you'll be watching this probably tomorrow, which will be today. So we're talking to you from the past. So let's see what happens with the inauguration, see if we're going to have an interesting show for Thursday.
I think I'll make my prediction right now. You can make yours if you want. I think it's going to be uneventful. I think you know, we're going to have some dumbasses in the crowd, right? They're going to put a sign up or something stupid. The Secret Service, which we will be, you know, in full effect, will take their asses down. There's going to be law enforcement as we speak, by the way, right? We already talked about this, everywhere. So I think there's going to be that dumbass that's going to try to do something. But other than those, you know, very scattered incidents, I don't think it's gonna go beyond that, right? Just a few dumbasses, you know. But other than what is allegedly being predicted right now and all this other crazy shit, no. What do you think?
Well, actually, what I'm hoping for is Joe Biden versus Trump in a fist fight for the White House.
Yes. Yes. I want to pay-per-view that shit. Yes. You know, give us what you promised. Joe Biden said he would take him out in an alley, and Trump, you know, said, you know, I'll meet you there. So I say yes, pay-per-view that shit. Let's do it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, you know, in another world, maybe we'll get that. Who knows? You know, maybe we will. But yeah, that's it. You know, guys. You know, thanks for watching. We are going to start, by the way, I really quickly forgot, we're going to start memberships on this channel. And Josh, you're going to have to help me remind me people at the beginning of the show, or if I forget it in my intro, you do it. But we're going to have memberships, and we really appreciate it. We have mouths to feed. Josh has like 30 kids scattered around the world. We really got to feed his children. You know, so don't do it for me, do it for Josh. I'm using Josh for everything from now on.
Please.
You know,
please.
Please. So yeah, they're going to be down below. Join if you can. We're really going to appreciate it. We're going to try to add some perks on there. Everything from live shows to even when we do behind the scenes. A lot of times Josh and I will get on these video calls for like 10, 20 minutes before, and there's all kinds of crazy talk, right? Those videos, contingent they're not going to get us in trouble, we might upload those to a member only area, right, where people get to see the raw footages before, not to make them all cool and shiny and pretty and stuff. So, you know, stuff like that. In addition, there's going to be a tier where if you are a sponsor, because that's really what I would consider you, you know, to be someone that's supporting the show. And I'm gonna actually, I've been thinking, what am I do with that wall? And I'm like, you know what? Your name belongs there. You know who you are. Yes, Mom, I'm going to put your name right there too. But yes, everyone else right there. All right. But yeah, that's it. That's it for today, guys. For reals now. For reals. That's it for today. Really appreciate you guys. And until next time. See ya. Hey, thanks for watching the JTH Show. Remember, you can catch all the episodes, full episodes, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Radio Public. You can also visit www.thejthshow.com to catch episodes there and to catch anything that we had to blur out because of YouTube or any other platform. We usually put all of our raw information in there that is uncensored. You can also become a member at www.thejthshow.com to catch all the special perks. Thanks for watching.